Munich is now 15 population. Amazing. Would be even better if Pingala wasn't neutralized, but we're not going to be salty about that for too long, I promise. Troops are appearing. Do you see both these engineers are in my city? It's because I keep moving them out and keep baiting the AI into just sort of moving their knights onto them. They keep thinking, oh, I can kill a unit. So they move on to the unit, but of course it's not killing because they can't be killed. They're invincible units. There's one knight dead in the north though. They just seem to have used a lot of knights and they haven't really used anything else, and I don't mind that. Zulu has just declared war on Cardiff. Zulu, no. No. That is my city-state, and I really, really like them. Okay. I'm going to have to try and work my way around this one again. We're just going to move my units to just be really annoying. Cardiff will fight back a little bit. Sometimes the AI can be a little bit toothless in these attacks, but we'll keep an eye on that. I might need to move my army south to go and deal with it. But there is industrialization, ladies and gentlemen, and this is where it gets exciting. All you need is one industrial city-state, and suddenly we're getting 2 production for every factory and 3 production for every power plant, and both of those have just been unlocked. Even better than that, the coal power plant. Even if you don't have coal, you get bonus production equal to the adjacency of the district. And this one is 14 production. That means the coal power plant alone will be worth 28 production. It's crazy. You'll just have to see it to believe it. Starting to produce a couple of pikemen, which are very, very strong against these knights. That's nice to see. Let's start in my capital. Let's get the factory up to 46 production already, and that is just the start. Coal power plant. All of my cities are just going to be spending a few turns building all of these buildings. Might take them a few turns, but it's worth it. It is worth industrializing like this. Speaking of, how many sources of coal did I have? Oh, I've got an aqueduct over that source. The more coal I get, the better. Oh, there's really not very much. Not very much at all. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for places to settle that may have coal. Fez, another scientific city-state. Lovely. Next up, I want to go for printing. Printing gives me the Forbidden City, which the AI always goes for really quickly, but it also unlocks 1 level of diplomatic visibility on all opponents. Now you can see, do you see Spain has got +3 intel on me? Means they've unlocked printing and I haven't. So I will gain effectively 3 combat strength on all of my troops just for unlocking printing. It's amazing. Actually, I'm going to do astronomy first, then printing, because I'm waiting for the astronomy boost for colonialism, which is important for me as well. Let's unlock nationalism whilst I'm waiting. Of all of the things you could have pillaged, why did you go for the dam? That's just mean. That's just mean. Why? I will kill you for that. Yep. 1 and 2. Lovely. Yep. All of the knights that have attacked, apart from 1, are now dead. Yeah, this is causing Zulu issues here. Just leaving my units in places that their melee units can't get through easily. It's giving Cardiff a couple of turns to shoot all of their units, which is very helpful. As I say, we can come to Cardiff's aid later if we need to. Now, there's Iriscore for circumnavigating the globe. Auckland. Oh, that's another production city-state. Very handy for us. And there's also somebody else we haven't met yet. How many turns until the next era? 6. Okay, I'm just gonna, in my own words, faff around for a little bit. Not gonna circumnavigate, not gonna meet the last person for another 6 turns. And that means that I can put the era score into the industrial age rather than the age I'm currently in. Goodbye, Mr. Knight. Oh, there's another one coming, but, you know, walls are going up, and now my army is now going to start moving casually towards the north, because, ladies and gentlemen, Spain have got 150 grievances against them, which means I can take another city, and there's nothing they can do about it. Oh, there you go. Look, I can actually move units in the way of Cardiff's walls, so they can only get one after another in. This is going to slow them down a lot. Colonialism boosted. Amazing. Let's pick that up quickly. 2 envoys. I need to grab some city-states back. Both Hunza and Zanzibar need 1 envoy to pick them both up. It's like, come on. Let me have this. Mima is just literally running rings around this knight. It's hilarious. My other troops are now making their way to the front line once they've healed anyway. Oh, Zulu now wants to go to war with Spain. There we go. Everyone is in against them. That's a little bit better. Oh my lord. Luxuries. People have actually found luxuries now. Yay. Trade with all of them. Oh, one city's just become happy. Not Munich, but it could be someone else. Okay, great works of writing. I have all of the monuments bought now, so it's not worth buying a monument over a great work. We're going to start to accumulate these slowly. More culture, but more importantly, more tourism. Why is this always the case? Why is this always the case? Literally, the turn I was about to fix this dam, it's flooded. Like, look, do you see that? It just ticked over. That is now completely fine. And everything's broken. Oh, come on. You try and do the right thing, and the game's like, nope. That's just what you call damn logic. It's terrifyingly tough and horrible, but it is what it is. Here are the 2 envoys, Hunza, Zanzibar. More gold on trade routes, more gold across my empire, more amenities. Yes, every city is now happy. That means we're getting 10% bonus yields on everything in my cities. Science, culture, growth, production, it's all good. All being boosted. This is how we keep a happy city. So you can see, a monument is a little bit cheaper. It gives 2 culture for 240 gold, but I mean, Zulu's got all of these great works of writing. I might as well start taking them from him, you know? All of the extra culture we can get. All delicious. Cardiff, why did you move your crossbow out the city? Like, that was always going to happen, wasn't it? Ugh. Okay, they've got a trebuchet there. That's good. They've broken the siege. That's really, really good, because now I can move this unit in and unbreak the siege. Yeah, Cardiff it's being defended quite nicely here. Just by me being stood still, really annoying. Just totally block them. Block anything that they could possibly be doing right now. Spain keep losing all of their units, and is that a friendship with Zulu? And we can now get a military alliance, so I'm now more powerful against Spain's units. Everyone wants to be my friend. Spain, you are on the wrong side of history here. You really are. You need to work on yourself. Where are your January resolutions, eh? Just be braver, he's thinking. Be braver against Ursa Rhine. It'll surely work. And I'm sat here thinking, no. Oh, I accidentally circumnavigated the globe. I thought I had more wiggle room than that. Whoopsie. I'm sure that won't bite me later on. Sure, it's fine. So we've got printing now, which means we're a little stronger, and we have our military alliance. So I'm hoping I just move in and get as big a flanking bonus as we can. Now we can go 1 attack, 2 attacks. Oh yeah, we're so much more powerful now. A conquistador. These are effectively muskets that are a little more powerful if you have a religious unit on them. The AI only ever does that accidentally. It's not very good at deliberately doing that. It might try, and we'll congratulate it if it does something useful, but it's unlikely. Do we want Darwin? Let's have a look at the other ones. We could get James Young, who would show us where the oil is, and we could get Mendeleev, who would give us chemistry boost, which is a level 2 alliance, but chemistry is quite useful. But I actually don't mind the science burst, as long as we've got something, a natural wonder tile here or adjacent. I get 1,000 from this one down south. Normally, if there's a 4-tile natural wonder somewhere, I'd be more tempted. Galapagos. No, these are all 2 tiles, so it would be worth about 1,000 science. Oh, go on then. We'll get you. I quite like Darwin. It's good fun. I can send Darwin to Galapagos, and that makes me quite happy. So we'll do that. I think that's a Steam achievement, isn't it? An achievement in-game, sending Darwin to Galapagos? Not sure. Anyway, my engineers are now going to head into Spanish territory. They are the best scouts, because every time they get killed, they become immortal, and they rise again. Note to self, I can get around the north side of this continent. That's really good to know. Spain, would you stop stealing Zanzibar? Please, stop it. Stop it now. Oh, that's the heroic age. That's just something very, very bright. We are now in a heroic age. Let's see what the AI is doing. Dark age for Zulu and for Nubia, normal age for everyone else. Perfect. Now, reform the coinage will give me a whole extra bunch of gold for my trade routes. I like that. Heartbeat of Steam gives me extra production on wonders, but it also turns my campus adjacency into production, which I love. And then it's a choice. Do I want an ability to settle bigger population cities? Yes. It also gives me 2 movement for naval units, but there is a little bit of land. It's not the best land, but there is land out there to the north for me to go and settle. And if I could use Hicksonk Dracones, I might be able to get away with something a little spicier, put it that way. I'm going to have to get rid of Republican Legacy for a small amount of time in a second, because I want to put my settler card back in. As once Arkin has a coal power plant, look at that, 22 production. Yes, please. Yep, my spies, and by that I mean great people running around, working really well so far, telling me everything I need to know. I'm tempted to go and conquer Barcelona. As I say, this isn't really a domination playthrough, but this is something you should be doing when you have grievances on your side. Just sending units out, taking the city. Why not? Ultimately, why not? India like the fact I'm in a golden age, and now I have a friendship with them. Let's go for a cultural alliance. It's the last sort of alliance. We have all 5 going up. We now have lots of diplomatic favor. Yay! 156 gold for a great work of writing. Yeah, go on then. If you insist. We're just pulling up these things. It's like a free monument every time we get one. It's lovely. Great engineer. Go and explore in this direction. I want to see what this city is. Is this the better one for me to take? No one's ultimately sure. Starting to be able to trade with Zulu now, which is really handy because we've got some big gold routes to them and they're all coming from my core cities as well. Coal power plant, come on, let's get this finished. As soon as we get these power plants finished, I'm going to have so much production, I'm not going to know what to do with it. Still putting down wonders as well. Torre de Belém and Statue of Liberty. I'm just going to quickly put those into my capital to get the culture. Actually, I don't know why I didn't put Venetian Arsenal down. Thinking about it, that would have been quite handy as well. Yeah, that's tons of culture. Oh, dearie me. And using my faith to actually pick up a great merchant might be a good idea because this is 3 envoys at a city-state. Envoys I am strangely lacking in right now at the moment. Oh, Auckland just got me an envoy. I'll just grab 2 there. Yeah, I'm going to send my merchant over potentially to Auckland or maybe somewhere a bit closer to home. I'll go over to Zanzibar. Oh, Zanzibar's got stolen again. Why did I not spot that? No one's sure. Actually, I might send pike and shots. They're a little more powerful, so we'll put that in and then go, bam, gunpowder, metal casting in one go. Wow, it's a lovely chunk of science. How much is an upgrade? 150 gold. That's so cheap. Yeah, that'll be fine. Especially when you have all this stuff that you can sell. There's Diplo favor, there's coal, loads of gold. Loads of gold. In fact, paying to actually upgrade my government, it's cheaper to do it this way because now I can put in professional army and get half price upgrades. I'll just sell a couple more bits and pieces just to make sure I've got the maximum money I can get. Yep, there we go. And now I can go 1, 2, yeah, as we go along, 3. I'll make sure everything's upgraded. The last person, Victoria, Steam Victoria. How did I not meet England? England is normally all around the map being very awkward and annoying. You gotta love it. Oh, well, that's the last person. Bit of era score there. Let's do a little bit of trading because I want to make another friend. There's an embassy, open borders, luxury trades. Yeah, you see, look, we're going to be the best of friends. Oh, they happy we're in a golden age? Favorable deals to them. Oh, okay, yeah, we've got friendship already. I am so sorry, Spain. You are by yourself on this one. Yeah, you see, look, this is not good enough. You attacked me again, and I'm going to want a lot. So what I'm going to do is make sure that we get the maximum value from this war by pillaging everything we can, especially while Spain has no standing army. There's nothing they can really do about it. So we're going to find raid, pop that in now. 50% extra yields from pillaging and coastal raids. And then we move our units in one by one. Toledo? I think I want Barcelona. So yeah, we're going to move our units in now. Move our units in and start to siege the city, start to pillage it into oblivion. Generally make ourselves a bit of a nuisance. 2 more envoys. There's Zanzibar back. Thank you. This is going to give me some era score for flipping a city-state whilst at war. Even better. Hunza's just been taken again, but luckily I just brought my merchant over here. So there you go. We've got Hunza now. AI is really competing heavily for the city-states this game. I'm not going to let it win. No, no, no. I'm hoping we should now have a bit of a chain reaction. Munich is about to finish its coal power plant. By doing so, it's going to give itself well in excess of 16 extra production, and it's also going to turn the factory on as well. Yeah, an aid request? Perfect. We'll join in with that one. Lovely. It's passed, and okay, multiple people are in this one. That's not a good thing. Never mind. But look, the lights are on. Coal is now being burnt. We're up to 88 production per ton, and this production now spreads because look, Aachen already has finished its coal power plant early. It's brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. I think I'm going to just go and settle around the world. Everywhere I can that I can get away with is going to get settled. So let's just start that. Thank you, Aachen. Whilst everyone just builds up a little bit. Put it that way. An amphitheater in this city. Workshop. That's nice. That's cute, but you need a factory now. Everywhere is going to be industrialized. Nobody will escape. Oh, line infantry. Oh, that's a little more powerful than before. Okay. Noted. Noted. I mean, your knights are going to just bounce off my pike and shot. Might as well just attack. We're going to start pillaging for large amounts of faith. Nothing else. We can extort an amazing peace deal here. The AI feels really threatened. It's going to give us a lot of gold per turn for peace. And I don't mind that at all. That's lovely. I mean, their line infantry could come out now and do some significant damage against my units, but I don't know if they're going to want to. They might want to just stay in safety. Look at this. If I just put 1 man-at-arms on this side of the river, oh no, the city is sieged. What a shame. Means any damage we do to this city now will not be healed. Pingala's back in Munich. Oh, it's been a while. Up to 227 culture per turn now. Do you see, as soon as we industrialize, Germany is amazing. Oh, it's going to be brilliant. Just watching all of the cities switch on. We need more coal though. Coal is a significant problem. We don't have enough of it. I basically want a coal-based economy. I don't know why I'm searching coal power plant. What What I'm trying to do is search coal and then power in this bottom line. Then it'll search on the map for any source of coal, but it'll ignore coal power stations. Now, where could we go? Where is possible to go? Yeah, actually, this source of coal in Barcelona is well worth taking. I think that decides it for us, really, doesn't it? Geneva. There are so many scientific city-states. Didn't know, who would have thought? This is good in the long run. This is really good in the long run. This will really help with my science per turn. Hattusa, you're kidding me. There's 4 of them. Love it. Well, in that case, I'm just going to take a very brief stop and get the diplomatic quarter in a city that can spare the district. It's just going to be this one. Nope, don't have the space there. Yep. Okay, no, let's just do it. Diplomatic quarter. Bam. 23 gold per turn. The peace deal's getting bigger and bigger. Spain just lost a spy to me because my counter-spying, well, my natural counter-spying worked wonders. Excellent. And we can start to pillage royally now. A yoink. Lots of faith per turn. Excellent. So we can get some science here as well. So one thing that you might notice now is that my borders are beginning to flesh out a little bit. This happens naturally, especially where you squish cities together a little bit. You'll find that the outer edges begin to grow and grow and grow. So it's always worth checking in every now and then and seeing, have I upgraded all of the tiles? Well, Trier, no, we're working a fish and 2 crabs with no fishing boats. That can't do. Munich is pretty much working improved tiles except from these 2, which I could be putting lumber mills on. So there's lots of stuff here that need to be improved. I'm just going to build a spam. It's always worth doing this every now and then. You want too many builders. Ideally, you want an overflow of builders. Then at least you know that you've improved all your tiles and you're working everything that you can. What do we do now? When it's turn 175, I still, to this point, haven't committed to a particular victory condition. I've been making sure that I've been building campuses, been making sure that I've been building theatre squares, but overall, I'm still a bit in the middle. At this point, it's worth considering what we'll need in order to win. Culture, we need tourism, obviously, and tourism often comes later into the game. Things like broadcast centres, seaside resorts, they're all very useful and all, but it's not until you get to naturalists, rock bands, and of course the aforementioned biosphere that you really start to get a lot of tourism, especially because you've also got things like computers, where you get 25% tourism, and later in the tree, environmentalism, which does the same thing. You need a lot of culture and a lot of science. So now that we've got huge production, huge gold, I am going to be basically pumping all of my resources into getting both up as fast as I can. In order to do that, I'm going to unlock research labs. We have power, we have electricity, we can do those, followed by broadcast centers. These 2 buildings are going to hopefully pump my yields to the next level, to a silly, crazy level that we will enjoy. In the meantime, I'm going to be using my gold to make sure that we have as many great works as possible. We're playing Deity AI. This is not multiplayer. You can buy your works from the AI. Always start with the cheapest works until you get your tourism much later into the game. Look at that, we just bought another 4 books. Excellent, we're full up now. It means we are maximizing our tourism, our culture. We're not likely to get much tourism at this early stage of the game. There's no harm in getting as much as you can. At the moment, both options are looking fairly easy. Science you can always keep on the back burner, right? Science works really, really well with a high production build because you just need to put a couple of spaceports down and you'll find that your cities do the rest. But considering we're only 7 techs behind the leader, that's not bad. And the most culture that anyone's got is 190 per turn. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Zulu is not exactly a natural culture leader here. This might fall nicely for me. I also realize that I am doing a lot of pillaging. I am, of course, still at war. I'm not really going to press this war. I'm going to take Barcelona for this source of coal, but then I'm going to leave the war. I don't want this guy to be too aggressive. What we're doing is we're taking advantage of the grievances that have been handed to us. Spain has given me this free city. That's the way you got to look at it. The world will not mind. There is no negative malice to any relationship in this game. Spain have just said, hey, have this city. You know you want to. And to that I will go, thank you. But you know, if I can steal their tech while I'm at it, and of course, all of their faith and science and all this stuff, that's also pretty cool. One nice thing I'm doing as well, whilst Barcelona is under siege, is I'm actually lowering its defense. If I just hover over this for a second, you'll see +6 from districts. That's something I can reduce. We can reduce that by getting rid of the districts by pillaging them. So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. Hey, Coupe finally settled a second city that they're going to keep hold of. Oh, I'm proud of you, Coupe. Proud of you. It's a temporary penalty, but I'm going to put Wisselbanken out of my government and diplomatic league back in. The next 3 turns, I'm going to get a bunch of envoys from my diplomatic quarter, but also from opera and ballet. There are a lot more city-states I do not have envoys in. All of these science city-states, if I go 1, 2, 3, get 2 envoys in each one of them, that's going to pay huge amounts later because, 3, 6, 9, 12 science for a city with a library and a university. That's big numbers. We want to really focus on getting that as quickly as we can. And here we go. Look, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. A randomly pillaged tile. That was taking like probably about 6 food away from my capital there. Don't let that happen. What if this Barcelona is just sitting there? They have no army. They don't know what to do. They're just hiding in the city. And I don't mind that because I'm just pillaging and pillaging and pillaging and pillaging. This is wonderful. The more I damage Barcelona with my crossbows, the weaker and weaker it gets. It's -2 on damage district at the moment. I can keep that malice growing and growing and growing. There'll be nothing that they can do. All right, now we're going to start going through the science city-states. So you can see every 1 envoy I give, I'll pick up 2 because it's my first, and every library is going to give me +1 science. 9 science, just that envoy. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And actually, we're going to start working some banks now. So I'm going to move to do sanitation before economics because we'll boost that one in naturally. You can see if I was really serious about this attack, I would be putting a lot more resource into getting more and more troops. This is just an easy win for me. There's no harm in doing this, right? It's basically 3 yields as I just sit here eating and eating and eating every resource that they're going to give me. It's free real estate. It's the way to look at it. So a few settlers are now beginning to appear. You can see this is -14. That's not as bad as it was. We'll keep on improving that city for as long as we can. I might as well claim this territory between us, and then my settlers, as I say, are going to go across the sea and we're going to go and find any of this land mass that we can. We'll use Hixoc Dracones as much as we can get away with. It'll always help. More cities is always better. Always better. Still pillaging and pillaging. Oh, look at the strength of the city is massively decreased now. Yeah, our crossbows are doing noticeably more and more damage. It's almost time. It's almost time to start charging in with my regular units. I've also been keeping an eye on the city itself. If you see walls appearing, then attack. Attack as quickly as you can. But at the moment, they're not building them. Why? I'm not sure. But just accept it. The AI sometimes does strange things like that. Learn to roll with it. Munich is going to have an art museum built into it. Bit of spare gold. It's wonderful. And there's opera and ballet finished. So I'm just trying to get all of these boosts where I can. Don't leave anything on the table if you can get away with it. And here we go. More improvements, more tile improvements. Everything needs to be improved now. Mogadishu. Interesting. That was definitely a city-state. I will look the other way this game, but it's very naughty indeed. And actually, Victor now has Embrasure. So any unit I make in this city is going to start with a 3 promotion. So let's start to build some spies. Spies are very helpful. Spies are very, very helpful. But they're also useless on level 1. So if you can get them at level 2, my lord, that makes a big difference. There's opera and ballet. So we're going to go 1, 2, watch my science. Bam, 192. The city-states, man. I tell you, they make a huge difference. Let's keep loading up our trade routes again. Wisselbanken is back in. So we could do a couple more trade routes now. Okay, I do find it slightly disgusting that I'm even considering this, but one of the... Oh, I physically can't get it out. A very good wonder to build in your capital when you're focusing on science is university. So it's, as a building, as much as I object to it, 20% science in a city and 2 randomly 3 chosen techs is a very good way of getting in, especially as Ludwig, because even placing this tile obviously gives you a load of culture. Just, it makes me feel dirty. Makes me feel dirty. There it is. Look, you see, I'm optimizing. I'm trying to play well. You'll notice that I haven't put Ruhr Valley down. Ruhr Valley has to be on a river, and the big problem I always have with Ruhr Valley is that, well, I often just, I fill up all of the river tiles. I'm just very bad at it. I can put it actually in this city. It's a really good source of production, and as Germany, obviously it stacks really nicely. I tend not to worry about it as Germany because weirdly my production is so good, I never really think to build it, but that's not a good excuse. It's more that I'm filling up all of my river tiles. Okay, Barcelona is as weak as I'm going to leave it right now. -4 damage district, no extra defenses from the actual districts themselves. So what I'm going to do is go attack, make a core from this unit to kind of heal it up a little bit, then bring in the man-at-arms, get an attack in there, cross the river attack, that's a pretty weak one, and then attack with this. Next turn we should take the city. You cannot pass underneath this continent to the left of me, or to the right, depending on how you view globes or cylinders. Cylinder Earth confirmed. Have you noticed that? I've drawn about it a couple of times, but the Civ 6 map is a cylinder, because you can't go up the top of it. It's totally round. You can go round it, but you can't can't go above it. Yeah, it's a cylinder. Not flat, not a sphere. Open your eyes, people. Open your eyes. World Congress time. I actually have 12 favor, so I've got 2 votes in something. I totally forgot to sell. Now, the AI always goes for 100% production towards city center buildings. You might as well build it. And we've already seen that 100% grievances to Spain is going to go through. Now, this is going to be a little bit annoying because I am just about to take one of their cities, so we will get more grievances from doing that. But if the AI is going to go through it, it's a 3 Diplo victory point, and that's the more important thing. You can see Mapuche is actually on 8 points and I'm on 7. Wow, they've been doing really well this game. Fair play, kind sirs. Fair play. Anyway, Barcelona is now mine. Am I going to be able to keep it loyal? Of course I am, because Spain is in a normal age and I'm in a golden age. It's a really good city. It's got Great Bath, which for me is lovely. It's got a theatre square, it's got a campus, it's got a holy site. They're all on fire. We don't worry about that particularly. And keeping the city will give 75 grievances. So it's doubled right now, which is 150. Oh, so if we keep this in a peace deal, the World Congress has actually made this. I'm going to really suffer from that, but that's okay. We can actually take all of their gold in the peace deal. We'll have a look and see how bad this is. Yeah, it's doubled it. So 150, that'll take 30 turns to remove that. And we're actually going to take a minus relationship penalty to everyone else. But I think only 150 grievances. That's like a fairly decent insult, but it's not too bad. We can get away with that one. We can get away with that one. So I'm actually going to, instead of fixing everything first, I'm going to go for the watermill, monument and granary and the ancient walls, because Congress is doubling that speed. Then we'll work on repairing everything. This is the sign of a good war, by the way. Everything needs repairing. Now, if I was going to really min-max this game, I'd go hyper-aggressive and I would conquer the whole of Spain. But this guide was supposed to be a little more peaceful than that. We're taking the grievances that they gave us by declaring war on us, and I'm not going to take any more. I think that's fair. Fair is probably not the right word to use in this instance, but it is a word. So this is quite fun. Another 2 envoys. I'm going to go 1, 2 into Auckland. Now, Auckland is one of the best city-states in the game if you have any coastal cities, because this, once you hit the industrial era, gives you 2 production on any lake or shallow tile. So watch for production in Trier. Bam. Look at that. Oh, that's so much better. We've just 50% extra in that city. Yeah, that's really good. But also, importantly, I now have 2 industrial city-states that I'm suzerain over, which means Kilwa is now giving 15% production to all buildings, wonders, and districts in every city. 30% in my capital, which is bad because I'm actually building a trader here. It's not the best thing for me to be building, but never mind. Let's put limes. Excellent. And then we can basically 1-turn Renaissance walls, which I will be doing. Renaissance walls are amazing. Extra housing, but of course we get 2 diplomatic favor from each one based on my government. Always build up your favor as high as you can. Renaissance walls in every city. It's basically the cheapest way of getting a 3 diplomatic victory. There's nothing that AI can do. Okay, one thing I have noticed, Cardiff is still being attacked. I'm getting annoyed now, Zulu. I'm getting annoyed. I'm actually going to have to start bringing more units down than I would like, purely to just sit around the city. In fact, actually, these engineers are going to be perfect for that. I'm going to block off every avenue of approach to Cardiff to stop Zulu from attacking it, because this is annoying now. At the moment, the game is giving me a glorious double. Limes in my government is 100% production towards walls, and then the Congress is also giving me the same bonus, so I can 1-turn pretty much any walls in any city right now. Really handy way of getting all of these Renaissance walls built. You can see my builder in Barcelona is now fixing everything, including this marble, which I can immediately then go and sell. Is it my marble? Is this an Englishman stealing marbles from everyone else? No. I don't know who Lord Elgin was, and we'll leave it there. There's economics boosted now that we have 2 banks. We'll go replaceable parts, then chemistry, then radio. Build an industrial era or later wonder. That is something I should be doing with Eiffel. So there are barbs on this northern island, but 3 sources of whales. That is a lot of luxury that I could sell to the AI there. Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. So we do have settlers now on the way. Oh, Spain is actually now losing our Corona. Corona. It's falling apart. Loyalty won't keep you in your empire any longer. If a city flips from loyalty, it's 3 real estate. And if it's 3, it makes me happy. I hear the glorious sound of a space knight. Where did it fall? Oh, right on top of that. Yeah, okay, that feels unfair. I guess that is likely to happen eventually. Good stuff. Eiffel. That's some good wonder rushing. Right, what can we do with you? Natural philosophy we can't really take out right now, but Republican legacy. It's giving me some housing, but housing is not a problem in the majority of my cities. And actually, we've now hit +4 in quite a few of them. With this die, yeah, look, as soon as the city begins to get ecstatic, you probably don't need that card anymore. I really want to put invention back in as soon as I can to really start start to now double up on engineers, but the AI isn't really earning them very fast at all, so it's not the biggest priority, but it is something I would quite like to do. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you will be very pleased to know. You will be pleased to know, luckily, University was built by one of the AI, so there's nothing I need to do on that. Oh, thank goodness, I say. Thank goodness. I could put Big Ben down, though. That's useful. That is an economic policy slot, and any extra government slot is a really, really good move for me. So yeah, I'm going to just try and put a couple of charges into Big Ben. Statue of Liberty is the other option, because Statue of Liberty gives me 4 extra diplomacy points. Ideally, you want to win the game with it. You want to wait until those points are the points that win you the Congress. You also don't want the AI getting it, so worth jumping on it when you can. That's what I say. I'm buying 1 oil from England, only because then the game doesn't keep going, oh, there's a deal available to you. Why don't you go and get the oil? I'm like, I know, don't want the oil. Looking for luxuries. That's what I'm looking for. So this is a pretty useless city, but what it does do is just stop Zulu from encroaching towards me a little bit. It's kind of the main reason I want to be here. Plus, any Hansa that I can build is always a good Hansa. So the really fun thing is I've actually built the city within range of the industrial zone of Frankfurt, so it's getting 6 production right off the bat. Very, very good city, that. Should be able to build stuff pretty quickly. Oh, don't sell luxuries to Spain. No, I want them to lose that city. I want you to hand over your city free of charge to me. So when Big Ben is finished, I'll get 50% of my treasury as free gold. So one thing I am going to do is just quickly sell everything that I want to sell, and then hold on to the gold, finish the wonder, and go from there. That should be a nice thing to do. Oh, we've actually got 26 diplo favor coming in per turn, plus 12 from all of my Renaissance wars, and I haven't even finished the Renaissance wars in all my cities yet. We've got more to build. It's monarchy. I tell you, for diplomacy, it's unbeatable. Just waiting for Zulu to lose one of these 2 units. They keep cycling them around really well, but as soon as they do, my engineer is just going to go boop and stand on the tile, and they won't be able to get any closer. It's very sneaky. It's very sneaky, but I like it. My Liang city is desperately now pumping builders out to make sure that all of the corners of my empire are totally improved. Renaissance wars are still being built. Like, look at this. Heidelberg. There's tons of tiles that need improving. Mansberg as well. If it's got Berg on the end of it, I just haven't bothered to improve it, clearly. That's the problem here. I'm also just trimming up the tiles a little bit. Some tiles are in cities that can't work them just because of the way the borders have grown. Like Munich owning this tile makes no sense. I'm just going to swap it out. Do this every now and then. The only time that you don't want to do that is sometimes if you're looking for very specific national park placements, but I'm not really worried about that too much. So we're just going to make sure that all of my tiles are in sensible places, and bam, extra coal. That's the main reason we took Barcelona, and I'm very happy we did. One last sale, 2,500 gold, and there is Big Ben. 1 economic policy slot. Excellent. This is the main reason we did it. 50% extra gold from your treasury. Well, that's like a 3,500 gold or so. I like that. That's a nice amount, but mainly it was the economic policy slot. Bam. Because now what I can do is go into my government and move natural philosophy into the economic policies. Excellent. 130 production coming from my industrial zones now. That's crazy. Where are you? Invention. Back in you go. This is so many more engineering points. I would like to get James Watt, and I'd like to get Ada Lovelace, both of them as quickly as possible, and my first spies are now being built. Okay, you cannot spy on an ally, which means I've only got 2 people, Steam Vicky and Spain. Those are the only 2 people that we can spy on. Let's have a look at Spain. There are a few things we can do. We could try and steal some tech, which would just be ballistics, but otherwise the only other place we could steal is funds from Madrid. Everything else is kind of a little bit faffy. We have a look at England. I only know where 3 of their cities are: London, Manchester, and Birmingham. But the thing about Vicky is that she has a lot more science. 49 tech. She's still ahead of us, actually. So I'm going to want to send you to Manchester, I think, and start to steal tech. None of these options are for tech, unfortunately, but Foment Unrest is a really cheap one. Fabricate Scandal is really good for city-states, but it's a very slow project. If you're looking to train spies up, not the best. Gee, just looking at the ranges, a entertainment complex can work on a 6-tile range, which in my capital would hit all of those. Yeah, I'm going to actually start to make my cities ecstatic, and to do that, I need an entertainment complex. Let's just put that down. 1 turn. Oh, Munich's production. Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Especially now I'm getting more envoys. Auckland now has 6, which means we're getting another 3 production from all of my power plants. That it's just amazing. And we're going to start going through the scientific city-states now, and unlocking universities give extra science. We're going to see our science begin to catapult now, especially because we can start getting things like consulates, which are going to give me the gold and the production, and then a chancery. These also improve the rate in which you're earning envoys, which is wonderful, but it's just a generally awesome building to put down. Have I got any like universities that I haven't put down yet? I think I've built them all, to be fair. We've done pretty well. We've done pretty well. I don't really know what I want to spend my gold on at the moment, so I'm going to hold on to it for a second as we just put stock exchanges up. I'm going to need more coal. We desperately need more coal. Later we can diversify and put a little bit of oil power out, but it's not what Germany does best, you know? We're not an oil-faring nation. We are a coal nation. To keep my victory options open as well, I'm now going to stop selling diplomatic favor. As we get later into the game, the World Congresses get more and more interesting, so I'm going to start hoarding diplomatic favor. At 26 per turn, I think I can generate more than pretty much anyone else in the game, so we'll try and take advantage of that one, or while we can. It could be a good fun thing to do. Actually, speaking of, I'm going to put a water park in Cologne as well. I want every city to be ecstatic. If I can get up to +5 amenities in every city, we're going to start moving from a 10% bonus to all yields to a 20% bonus to all yields. It's huge. I'm going to try and make a feint to get all of the barbarians to stay over here. Here's an engineer. Here's a caravel. Come attack these things, not the settler you can't see. No. Ooh, a bit of a flood in a land that's already on fire. I guess the good thing is that I don't lose anything if it's already on fire. Replaceable parts. Mechanized agriculture. Farms now get an extra food from every farm they are adjacent to, not every two. So suddenly, oh, fields like this, they are looking really tasty. Watch this tile. Okay, we've got 4, 6, 7, 4 food and 1 food on the tile. Bam. 5, 7, 8, 5, and now 6. I mean, the food you can get from mechanized agriculture is filthy. It is absolutely filthy and should not be tolerated in any way. It's disgusting. Right, Munich, with all of this beautiful production, I am now going to start building wonders. Statue of Liberty. Yeah, we're going to go a bit on diplomacy now. We might as well. With all of this production, we have tons of diplomatic favor. I want to make sure that nobody else gets the Statue of Liberty, so I fell and start to work on that one. That's lovely. I'm also, culture-wise, going to start looking at everybody and saying, okay, who have we not got a trade route to? We're trading with Lautaro and with Shaka. We're not trading with England yet. So I'm going to do that. We start getting 25% bonus tourism. Very handy. Very handy indeed. We want to see as much tourism as we can get. My capital's going to be busy building wonders, so I'm going to treat it to some buildings with gold. Here's an arena that makes it a little bit happy. It won't last because I'm currently getting 7 luxury resources. So as this city gets happier than the rest, it's going to pull luxuries out of my capital and spread them around my empire. So ignore that figure for now, but I'm just going to keep growing this. That's a zoo. That's a lot of happiness. See how that shakes out. Oh, Zulu are doing the opposite. They actually got a great general stood on the tile to stop me from doing what I was trying to do to them. What? You can't play me at my own game? Ah, so cheeky. So cheeky. We really want to keep Cardiff alive for as long as we can. Speaking of, actually, if I sell some resources to free up a little bit of gold, if I can, yeah, no, I can't quite get a lighthouse worth of gold, but Cardiff is giving power to all lighthouse buildings, and I want to put that into my capital because it'll stop me using coal, and coal is a very, very sought after resource right now. Right, spies, off to England, off to Manchester. Yeah, the bluff worked. The barbs went in totally the wrong direction. Gonna be able to settle a city and there's nothing you can do to stop it, Mr. Barb. This is quite a good map as a guide explanation map, actually, because there's very little space. It's not like we can spread out and just put 20 cities down. We've got 10 or 11 in this little chunk in the middle, and that's kind of about it, really. Okay, in order to get as many cities on this area as possible, I'm going to settle as far south as possible. I was hoping as well that I'd find some hidden coal. Alas, no hidden coal for me to find. You can't blame me for looking. That's all I'm saying. Can I trade with Coupe? Why can I not trade with Coupe? Oh, I haven't found their... there's a tile of fog of war there. I can't believe that. Fine. I'll send a unit. We'll go and explore it. Oh, why is it that the eruption waits until you've just improved something with a builder? It's always the way, isn't it? Right, it's just removed my coal. So we got to go and fix that immediately, but it's okay. I mean, I think Spain gave me Barcelona deliberately. That volcano, they knew it was going to blow. Unscrupulous behavior indeed. That's what I say. Conservation and another bunch of envoys. Excellent. I want Zanzibar back because it was giving me so many luxuries and 15% gold across my empire, which is just a huge boost. But then I've got some spare envoys. We're going to go 1, 2 like that, which is now 3 envoys in 2 more city-states. Oh, 273 science. I'll save the last one now. You kind of go up in increments, right? You go 1 to 3 to 6, and there's no point having 2 or 5 or anything like that unless you're going to suzerain something. It just doesn't doesn't make sense. You can see the aid request, there's 14 turns of it left. England this time is providing a little bit of aid. I want these diplomacy points. So with a little bit of spare production, I'm going to run a couple of aid projects. Each one gives 200 gold to the emergency holder. So I need to do about, I'd say about 6 or 7 of them across all of my empire. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, actually, I'm going to just really settle on this little tiny peninsula here. Oh, Zulu's army is beginning to get quite fragile around Cardiff. Attack's not going so well for you, is it? I wonder how that could have happened. I don't know. Oh, it's like someone has been foiling your attempt this entire time. I'm now up to 64 engineering points per turn. That's pretty good. Oh, I would have loved Albert Einstein. That is a slight loss if we don't get Einstein here. England will probably pick them up. 4 extra science on research labs? Well, stacked together with all of the bonuses I'm going to get from Thales and Geneva and Hattusa and Taruga. It's pretty big. We'll just have to pray, hope and pray that England forgets to pick him up or says no. Yeah, very rarely the AI will say no, but you never know, it might do. My industrial zone in this city seems to have been pillaged. Well, it's either England or Spain. So we'll see if we can work out who that was. Looking at you, Spain. Actually, it's probably England for all I know. Oh dear. Sabotage production as if 2 levels more experience is a good way of leveling up, and I could return the favor and just go over to Spain and do the same thing. Very tempted to do that. There we go. They left a hole. Move Mima in. I've already used 1 charge. Don't need to use the other. I'm already getting culture bombs on my industrial zones. I mean, look at this. It gave me all of this desert. You may be asking yourself, why are you not building Petra? It's because Petra's over here, because I thought this would be better. To be fair, it's given me a lot more culture over the course of the game, but that's why. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!